Like a quarterback, every football team needs to go through its progressions, the necessary steps to reach the best outcome possible. And in the second year of the Marcus Freeman era, it's not only the head coach figuring out ways to bring efficiency both on and off the field.
Yeah, second-year defensive coordinator Al Golden led the Irish defense last year to the 22nd fewest yards allowed per game in the nation last year and ranking in the top 40 in fewest touchdowns allowed. Golden says his approach has always been adapt to the players, not the system he's installing. And this year, like many of the players, Golden believes that everything has slowed down a little more, and the Irish have been able to enhance their plans for fall camp and the beginning of the season.
Everything has slowed down. I'm hearing that from the players and from the staff. Our focus is always inward. Like, we're always worried about ourselves. But for me, I had the ability and the opportunity to have foresight and to be a little bit more outward thinking, to be able to look at the schedule and say, for these three teams, we're going to need this. Obviously for Navy, we're going to need that. I think from that standpoint, the offseason has been very, very productive, and we're practicing accordingly.
And really the strength of the Irish defense is right there in the middle. The starting linebackers, Maris Leofold, Jack Kaiser, and J.D. Bertrand, all returning for a fifth year.
Yeah, and as you just saw, they were the team's three leading tacklers last season, and Marcus Freeman says it would be easy to just roll them out there every single series, but the Irish also need to build depth behind that talented trio. Sophomores Jalen Sneed and Nolan Ziegler, along with the freshmen, have seen more first-team reps in this fall camp to get up to speed, while the veterans have focused on teaching as well as playing.
As a freshman, I barely got any reps in fall camp. I would be lucky if I got 2-3 reps at all during the course of practice. And yet these guys are getting reps in every single period. And I think that goes to the fact that, Maris, JD, and I can take a mental rep and get the whole rep out of there. And for them, it's very important to actually feel it, see the speed, the physicality of the play, and also go through the checklist pre-snap.
I challenge myself to be more vocal to them, communicate more with them, whether it's giving them tips or just helping them with the playbook or anything like that on and off the field.
Having so many younger guys in our system, it's been an opportunity to teach the sophomores who ultimately are going to turn around and teach the freshmen. And so whether it's answering every single question they have or looking at the details in their technique, it's been a really cool opportunity just to kind of almost test my knowledge by getting all these kind of questions.
Let's go to the big boys up front now. There's no question one of the leaders along the defensive line is senior Riley Mills, who the Athletic recently ranked 10th on its yearly freak athlete list. At 6'5" and over 300 pounds, Mills can move, running more than 20 miles per hour on a GPS last year. But his goal this year is to play as he's physically smaller while also having a bigger voice on the team.
He's transformed his body. He's 300 plus pounds, moves like a cat, intelligent, and I think you've seen the best Riley Mills, and credit him.
3 years experience and the ability to play outside or on the interior of the defensive line. Riley Mills can do it all.
If you have one guy that does one job versus a guy that does like 4 jobs, like who would you rather pick? So for me, that's something I always pride myself on. Like whatever position it is, I'm going to go out there and try to apply the same basics.
That's a message passed down from last year's seniors, guys like Isaiah Foskey and the Adamalola twins, who Mills said showed them the roadmap, and now it's on him and the upperclassmen along the D-line to pass it on.
The biggest thing is just leading by example. I've been trying to be more vocal. That's kind of my goal this offseason. I've always been kind of someone who just, really focus on myself a little bit. But this year, I just trying to get in my comfort zone. So when we go out there and do drills, like my whole goal is just, I want to show the standard and make sure I can coach up the young guys.
He really made a point this offseason to commit wholeheartedly, and it's showing. And he's got, he's nowhere near being where he wants to be. And that's a daily commitment we have, but really proud of the steps he's taken and the leadership role he's also taken.
Mills' commitment and 2 biggest assets, his size and athleticism. And fall camp has been the time to tap in.
I'm 6'6" on a good day, so it's kind of like I got to make sure I'm playing low. It's tougher for some D-linemen a little bit shorter, so it's easier for them to just, stay low all the time. For me, that's something I got to work on. And, it's great because Coach Wash, I get texted like, 12:30 at night or something, be like, hey, you're way too high. What are you doing? Like, it's just one of those things that I'm policing. And it's really just going to be, the goal through this fall camp.
I'm Pete Byrne from WSBT-22 News. For more Notre Dame stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT-22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.